Greetings, Crown Prince. It is a pleasure to see you as well. Indeed, I was sick for a long while, but I feel much better now. All that bed rest must have done me well. A week's long rest in bed would do anyone good, I suppose. Perhaps you could do with some rest, too. The past few weeks have been rather busy, haven't they? I hope your meetings have continued on smoothly. My mother has informed me that it has been quite a labor. I do appreciate you working with Atticus to help us, hopefully smooth things over with Chloris. I should only hope they listen to our pleas. My opinion? Well, I am not usually one to make comments regarding political matters, but I see no need for Chloris to take ownership or to expand any of their land. Chloris has many islands of their own to the west. I see no reason to take an island that has been decidedly Attican for centuries. What benefit would it even give to Chloris if they were to take ownership? I am afraid I shall never quite understand what their plans are. It is indeed a rather dangerous shift in peace. But no inklings whatsoever. Yes, I am friendly with their crown prince. I have kept correspondence with him for a little while. Pen pals of sort. Why might you ask? Most of the letters he sends are of non-importance to the realm. Just missives about daily activities, complaints, among other things. Mostly normal things you could send to any friend. Though I cannot spare any intimate detail regarding the letters. They are his business, after all. But I can assure you that he has never mentioned anything regarding our territory. Well, nothing strange regarding the letters, necessarily. But I suppose... again, not in regards to contents, but according to my maidens in Atticus, I have received no mail since the days of my departure. Often in days of the past where I would travel to the church and return home, I'd have a large pile of letters from him. So, I suppose that is strange. But that is really all I can tell you. I did send him one letter before I left. I told him that I would be leaving with my mother on a trip to Pencos for her summit with the Council of Estrella. But no reply afterward. I'm not even sure he received it. But I do hope, in due time, King Rio and his council shall see that these are quite the ill-fated decisions. The wind that blows from that region is most unhappy, like a smog has taken over. I, too, will pray for the best outcome. Indeed. There is little time before my departure back to Animo now. I've quite enjoyed my time in Speyer, although I am sure each region of Pencos has much to offer. Oh, yes. That would be a dream. I think if I could explore the rest of the country, that would be most wonderful. I hope I may someday fate were to have me do so. Ah, uh, speaking of fate, I have a question to ask. Well, if it is not too much trouble. Well, I was wondering if you have spoken to your brother, Prince Livius. A mood. Is that so? I hope not too much trouble has been brewing. Uh, well, see, we had a conversation of sorts that went a bit awry. It was my fault, and I sort of shooed him out of my room. You heard about it? I do hope he didn't share too many details. Oh, how mortifying. Anyway, do you have any idea where he might be? I haven't seen him the past 3 days, and I wanted to apologize and reconcile with him. He's been running laps? Is he training? How odd. Well, it seems I'll have to go and find him then. Thank you for the lovely conversation, and for your help as well. Good day, Crown Prince. I figure he must be out here somewhere. At least that is what the Crown Prince said. He should be trustworthy enough. No, he did have a sly smile on his face as I was leaving. I do hope Livius told him very little of our conversation. Okay, Southern Field. It shouldn't be that hard to spot him, especially if he's supposedly running around like a madman. I'm quite curious as to why he's running laps out here. I must have truly frustrated him. I was so confused by the whole ordeal. I could not muster the courage to face him. I hope he does not hate me by now. I hurt him. In more than one way. Deanna, what a mess you've made of things. I've never quite felt so frustrated before myself. Prince Livius! You frightened me. I have come to see you. No. I wanted to see you so badly. I'm sorry I did not come to you sooner. I had much to think about, and I did not want to impart my frazzled thoughts upon you before I was ready. I missed you too. I wanted to see you, but I couldn't quite bring myself to. Are you feeling all right? I was quite worried about you. Does it hurt? Where Are you sure? I bit you rather hard. Can I see your neck? Good. I'm glad that the marks have faded. I was afraid I would have marked you. Oh, stop joking. I would never want to mark you. It wasn't even supposed to happen in the first place. But at least you seem like you're still in good spirits. I was afraid that you would be angry, that you would hate me. I thought because I had bit you and then pushed you away with no explanation that you would despise me, that you had become frightened of me. No? It was just so sudden, so strange. I'm sorry I did not come to you sooner to explain my feelings, but I wasn't ready. I just feel so ashamed and embarrassed that I did that to you. I... I'll never hurt you again. No. I suppose I cannot promise. I truly do not know what overcame me back then. I might do it again, but I feel perfectly fine now. But no, I suppose I cannot promise that I won't hurt you again. I never meant to hurt you, but are you truly fine with that? It must have been frightening. I must have scared you, and then I pushed you away, avoided you. I was just so scared that I'd bite you again. Or, gods know what else I could do. I was scared and frightened myself. I just needed time. Exactly, I had no idea what was happening to me. It felt like I was in a trance, and then I realized what I had done. I am glad that you can understand me somewhat. If I need time ever again, I suppose I should at least tell you before completely disappearing. Well, I certainly don't think I'll be making a habit of biting you. At least I'll try not to. No, I am rather curious about the entire thing. I conferred with my mother. Of course, I didn't tell her about the entire conversation, but I told her about having a rather strange craving. I told her about my thirst of sorts for blood. In truth, I've had the strangest thirst. I could not quench it with any amount of water or juice. No, I've never felt such a thing before. It seems to just have happened the night we met. Something about that night changed me. That after I bit you, I had a taste of your blood. That feeling has gone away entirely. I feel perfectly normal now. Better, really. My illness faded quickly and I stopped flaring. I haven't even really needed to take any medicine. As if your blood has healed me. At least a little bit. Normally a trek out this far would be far too much for me. But I feel healthy. For the first time in a long time. See, after talking to my mother, she has theorized that it has something to do with my bloodline. I've told you before that we are a mix of different Storia. Remember my scales? All royal children are imparted with the scales of King Cadebell, but mine become particularly rough and spread on my body whenever my illness worsens. My nails lengthen, my eyesight heightens, and my teeth become particularly sharp. I believe the fangs to also be a part of Cadebell's legacy, but perhaps it is something else. My illness seems to make my traits much more visible, more present. They affect me much more. So, perhaps it is a combination of both my illness and my bloodline. My mother said that there were always theories about what Lady Vendre was. We knew she was partly human and part Storian, but none of my family have ever experienced bloodlust. So, I wonder if whatever Lady Vendre was, her blood has lain dormant, and my illness seems to have brung it to the forefront, making it active. The storia that exist today that consume blood are extremely rare and few in number. Most often it is not their main source of food either, although there is one creature that comes to mind, considering all the effects. The vampires. They were an ancient Storian race. They were some of the first of Morena's creations. I know very little about them, as they were mostly told through the lens of a fable. Well, according to the legends, vampires were wishmakers, an extension of Morena's blessing, like the King of Witchroot. He had made a contract with one, and kept her in his court. He was greedy and continually allowed her to feed from him. But she would warn him again and again that if he did not follow the path laid out for him, his kingdom would fall. In the end, he betrayed her trust, and soon the kingdom of Witchroot fell into ruin. But the wish-making is not what makes me convinced. It is the other powers they have. They not only have the power to grant wishes, but to bend fate, and to see memories. Yes, memories. And I too. Yes. When I drank your blood, I saw all of your memories. I saw everything. They all flashed into my mind, becoming my own. Every single one up until that very night. I heard it all. I saw it all. No, my prince, I am far from disgusted. After I saw those memories, my heart only ached for you more. I would never be disgusted by such a thing. I have learned much about you. It felt as if I was reaching deep into your heart. I wept for you. I felt angry. I felt joy. I felt so horribly upset for you. I saw many things, I'm sure of which you never really wanted anyone to see. For that I apologize. For seeing your memories. They were yours. It was an invasion of privacy, even if I had little control over it. I suppose now, though, I can understand you a little more. I know who you are and how you've come to be. And now that I know, I must also apologize again. I feel terrible about how our conversation went, not just for the bite, but for the way in which I expressed my feelings and how I wished for them to be reciprocated initially. I expressed my feelings with no hope of your true affections returned. I knew you liked to have fun, that, from what I heard, many of your past encounters were brief. That is why I said I would be happy if you had been simply pretending to be fond of me. I said I would not mind, but in truth, it was a rather selfish ask of you, and a disservice to my own newfound feelings. It is true, I would be a little happy to spend more time with you, but I would be using you to fulfill my wishes, to be loved by you. I do not want to use you like that. Especially after all that I know now. I hope that my initial plea to you did not influence your declaration afterwards. I truly want to explore a love with you, free from any falsities, one that is earnest and true. I know this is new for both of us. I truly enjoy spending my time with you. It always feels easy, comfortable, like we've always been friends. I know you were caught off guard, putting much more effort into our budding acquaintanceship. I never knew I could miss someone so quickly. I like you a lot, and I hope you truly do too. So, I apologize. I never meant to hurt you even more, if I did. I know other people have used you before. I have seen what they did to you, and I will not be one of them. Yes, I saw that too. I saw everything, as I said. And I am so sorry for what you went through. I'm pained even thinking of it. I know it is in the past, but I care about you. And that is why it bothers me so. That is why it matters to me. Surely the pain has carried on in your heart. I've noticed it very often, how you always act as if nothing bothers you, like what affects you means nothing, like it doesn't mean anything at all even though you were hurt like that, like no one will care. But I do. I care about you so much. Those women were monsters. Even they knew it. This Lady Wynne was a monster. You were so young and vulnerable, and they tricked you. They lured you and used you and abandoned you as if it meant nothing. And I hate them. I hate them for you. They are vile. Ever since seeing your memories, I wanted to hug you, just like this, to help heal whatever pains you have. I know nothing I say will reverse whatever happened. I cannot change your past, nor change how they have affected you. But I hope that perhaps you will let me stay by your side to help make your future a much brighter and safer place. Your history, well, I suppose that is a complicated matter. I know you initially approached me as another conquest, a pretty woman with care for status. I understand that your worldview was constructed over time with a rather sour string of experiences in love. It was a misunderstanding, and you and I both know that I am no conquest. I have nothing to gain from you in position or power. I am in the very same place as you. You are my equal in the world. My attraction to you was born out of no such thing. My heart simply wants you. It is simple as that. You are incredibly funny and silly, although I suspect some of it comes from that very same nonchalant behavior to off-put the seriousness of everything. But regardless, you still manage to make me laugh till my stomach hurts. You have an eye for detail and the beauty of the realm. You are strong and adventurous. You are incredibly loyal, courageous, and you definitely make the effort to show care to those you truly love. You made those efforts for me, and so that is what I care about. That is what I keep in mind and heart. So I find no disgust in it, Livius. But it would be a lie to say that your history did not bother me. But I am not judging you for it. Not everyone was brought up with the proper way to loving someone. If that was all you understood, how could I judge you for that? Whatever reasons for your relations are your own. I am only worried about how you will perceive and act in our relationship moving forward because of it. I want us to both learn what it means and what it is to be in a healthy and loving relationship. The real thing, not some source of comfort to take away the emptiness. I shall only judge you if you'd continue to place those same judgments and actions upon me as those other women. So from here on out, let us be truly transparent with one another about our feelings, our hopes, our worries, and our souls. Let us try, yes? Then do not think such a thought. Do not think you will hurt me. Believe in me and yourself. I am sure we will have many, many challenges along the way. But that does not mean I wish to give up on us already before we've even really started. But yes, I do want to continue. The real question is if you are. Then it is settled. We will try, and if it fails, then we will know we need more time, and that more thought is needed. But I am very hopeful in us. Now, come and sit with me for a while. My legs are a tad weary from the walk. Oh, I'm perfectly fine. Any normal person would certainly become a bit tired, wouldn't they? I was looking absolutely everywhere for you. I do wish the wind would have every answer for me, but the wind does not always hear me, even if I can always hear it. It was your brother that led me to you. I ran into him while looking for you. We had a small conversation. Well, we talked about the summit a bit, as well as possible reasons why Claris had chosen to be so reckless, but I had no clues, even with my close connections, I suppose. Yes, you are right. The summit is nearly over now. My time in Pencoth will come to an end. We haven't had much time, have we? Well, we must make the best of my time here together then. But when I am home, well, it will be most difficult to spend any time together anymore. The most important thing, though, is that we continue to talk. Perhaps through letters. When you have time away from your duties, perhaps you can visit me. Does that sound plausible? Good. We can deal with the specifics of it later. For now, we can just enjoy our time together. Yes? I have a few ideas. Perhaps to one of your great theaters. I've heard the Spain thespians are a rather talented bunch. I think it would be rather fun to go see a performance. Or a visit to the great libraries. I do love myself a good book. Ah, and I would like to go shopping in Svea. I'd like to bring back a few souvenirs for my siblings. Your specialty candies and treats. That sort of thing. I look forward to our little adventures then. In the meantime, what would you like to do now? If you have time. Mm, very well, if that is what you wish. I suppose you don't know my whole life story yet. Perhaps we can cover some of it while we spend our time together. No, I'm in no rush to go anywhere. I'm content telling my tales right here, next to you. Hmm. Livius, I really like you. Hmm. I'm glad you do too. Oh, I... I would love to kiss you. Would you like to kiss me?